Greetings, faithful followers. For our second show, since this is the beginning of the haunt season, we're going to be talking with one of the actresses at our really fine haunts here in Omaha, which is the Scream on Cue.
Nightmare on Cue.
Or I'm sorry, again I do that a lot. The Nightmare on Cue, and this is one of the wonderful actresses there, Miss Maddy Greip. So Maddy, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and about the haunt itself?
Well, I have worked in the haunted industry for this will be my 6th season. I started out, worked at Scary Acres for 5 years before I went to Nightmare on Cue. And Nightmare on Cue opened last year, but didn't really get very good critique of it. They threw it together just in like 7 days, so obviously it didn't go over very well. And then they brought someone in who totally is redoing it, and it's pretty much the theme of the house is more of like demonic possessed house, and I went through it when they were doing construction. It's great. They really put a lot of detail and time into it.
So is this something you'd recommend is this for like the adults only crowd, or would you recommend this for the little ones as well?
I'd say bring everybody in, but just because throughout the years I've seen people carrying their 1- and 2-year-olds through some of the haunted houses. I am not sure about their age policy. Some of them do have where you have to be over a certain age to come in there without an adult. But if you would like your child to behave for the evening, I'd say take them through there.
Okay. Now, if I'm not mistaken, most haunts have a policy in place where the actors aren't allowed to come in physical contact with the guests.
Definitely not. There was one a couple years ago called Haunt that was an interactive haunted house, so the actors could touch the patrons, and that didn't go over very well, and that's why they're now closed. If we touch someone, it's purely by accident.
Yeah, it's like nobody's going to come in there and get like pushed around or punched or anything squirted or sprayed on them or anything like that.
Definitely not. Although I have to say, in my 5 years before this, I have been kicked, punched, spit at from the lovely people coming through.
Oh, you're such a nice girl. Why does anybody want to spit on you?
Well, when you're screaming in someone's face, apparently that all just a common courtesy goes out the window. So
do you take that as like a compliment that you're actually doing a really good job in scaring someone?
Yes, if someone hits me, then I'm like, oh good, I've scared them to the point of violence. All
right. And so the house itself, okay, what else can you tell us about the haunt itself? I mean, what's the type of theme that it uses?
What I can say is it's very claustrophobic in there. I have claustrophobia, and even walking through there, they have very tight hallways, and you're just kind of like, you feel like everything's kind of right on top of you, which I think really kind of increases the scare factor. And then you go through the house, there's some really cool rooms in there. I won't give them away.
Okay,
but,
well, we don't want you to do that. But now, as far as that goes, what's the times that you're open?
We are open from sundown, so about between 6:30 and 7:30, and we're open until 12:30 on the weekends, and then until 10:30 on the weekdays.
Okay, and what's the general admission price?
$10, which is pretty good. It's a pretty medium price.
Is that comparable to the other haunts in the area?
Yes. Most of the single attractions are about between $10 and $15. The bigger ones like Scary Acres and let's see, what's the other one? Haunted Hollow, Ranch of Terror. They are a little more because they have bigger properties. They're not confined to one building.
All right. Well, that certainly sounds interesting. I would definitely advise all of our faithful followers out there to check it out. And this is the the Angry Brothers Omaha Rama. I'm your host, Jack Angry, with the lovely Maddy Greip, and we're going to get back to our movie, which is The House on Haunted Hill, starring Vincent Price, and we hope you'll enjoy that. We're back now with the lovely Maddie Greip, who is one of our actresses at some of our local haunts, particularly Nightmare on Cue. I got it that time. Yes, it's like it gets in there, it sticks. Now, I understand that you do a little directing also, Maddie. Is that correct?
A little bit, yes. I am working on a movie. It's been a little work in progress. It's based off of August Underground, which is a series by what is it called? Toe Tag Pictures, and it's simulation snuff pretty much. It's just very gory, graphic. It's meant as kind of like a shock, and I'm kind of doing something in the same style.
Okay, so it's not an actual snuff film. I mean, nobody's really getting hurt or anything like that.
Nope, there is 85% safe. Any injuries will be mental.
Well, we don't say that you won't traumatize your viewers, which is always the sign of a good horror director. I take it this is in the horror genre?
Definitely.
Okay, it's not one of them strange foreign films where you leave and you go, what the fuck was that all about?
Nope, it's pretty cut and dry.
Okay, well, we know good. We know what to expect, which is always a good thing. And do you have any sort of a website that we can look at in regards to this, or how can we find out more about what you're doing?
Well, as I said, I've only got the opening shots established. I'm tentatively calling the film Le Fin Absolute, which means the absolute end in French. It's a tribute to a film by John Carpenter. But right now there's not too much information about it. I should be getting a little more work done on it soon now.
Okay, well, we'll definitely be looking for that, and when we find out about that, faithful followers, we'll make sure we pass it on through you, either through the Facebook group, through the blog, or through the website itself, so keep your eyes peeled. You're going to be seeing a lot more from the Angry Brothers, Omaha Rama, including the debut of the Devil's Sisters and Trixie, the undead spirit that everyone's will be talking about, along with the lovely Gulia. And again, Maddie, I wanted to thank you for coming by the Monastery of Mayhem here to talk to us. And we'll definitely encourage everyone to go to the Nightmare on Cue, which is it's in the Funplex, if that's...
Yes, you can't miss it. There's a huge evil clown face.
Evil clowns. Well, I've worked for plenty of those in my time, but I'm pretty sure I'll be able to find it. And hopefully we'll be doing some on-scene location shots from there as well, and we'll keep you all up to date on that. So again, I'm your host, Jack Angry. Back to the movie, and if the movie's already over, we'll see you next time. Thanks a lot.